Hey guys, welcome back. This week's video, I'm putting the engine back in the Corolla and getting it finished running and driving. It is currently Monday and I'm driving this on Saturday. We're going drifting at JDM X Park. I'm working on Friday, so it has to be finished by Thursday. So I've got a busy week ahead. Definitely going to be some late nights this week. So let's just get straight to it and get this done. I'm just about to put the clutch back in. If you watch my first video, I was talking about getting the clutch rebuilt. I haven't had time. We'll just deal with it another day. We'll pull the gearbox out the car one day and do the clutch when I have time. So because I kind of made a late call on going drifting with short notice, I didn't want to risk not getting the clutch back in time, so I didn't bother. So we'll do that another day. So if you watch my first video, you'll know that I run the RB25 gearbox in this car behind the like 2J block. So that means custom spigot bushes. These, I've just machined these up. They're just out of some bronze, like a bronze bush. So as you can see, it's got a couple like steps and stuff in it to suit the crank. So this one here is just an emergency spare in case I need it one day. So this has been in the freezer for 8 hours or something, so it's nice and cold. So this should just knock in here. Okay, the bush is in, but we will, I will check the inside diameter again of that. I will run a reamer through it, just to make sure it's the right size. So, but that looks pretty good. Let's put the clutch and flywheel on. This is the turbo manifold off the Corolla, as you can see. So this turbo manifold I've made myself. It clears, it's hard to tell, the steering shaft comes down through here, and then the dump pipe comes down through here, so, and the chassis rail sits right underneath there, so it's very tight. So so yeah, anyway, I've sandblasted this at a mate's place, and I've given it one coat of paint, but I'm going to give it another, and this is what I use. This stuff I've used before on this turbo manifold, and it lasted a couple years, so I've had a decent run with it. I haven't used it on turbo housings before, so let's see if it lasts on that or not. What do we have here? Fresh new turbo. Pretty quick delivery. 2 weeks, I reckon, from America. So no turbo housing, just a core basically. So once I can get it out, the engine sitting back in the car, starting to button up all the little bits and pieces on this. So this is kind of the time-consuming part of it, where you're trying to get into this manifold back here and underneath here to get it bolted up and stuff. So, but I do have all of the like little coolant lines, the oil pressure sender and feed for the turbo in there. Oil filter's on. This isn't the normal oil filter I run. This is just a K&N, like one of the basic K&N ones. Normally I run the, I think it's HP series, so it's got like the nut on it and stuff, so it's easier to get off, but I couldn't get one on a short notice. But yeah, everything's all plugged in. Injectors and everything are all plugged in. The cam and crank sensor will not be plugged in because I'll use it to build oil pressure on the starter when we get to that point. So from here on out, I still have to finish tightening and bolting the turbo down, but as you can see, we've got the new core in there. Looks a lot better than the old one did, that's for sure. And then we have to get this alternator on. So this is actually an alternator relocation kit I made. You can buy them, but I like to make everything myself. So as you can see, I've got that really far forward turbo. So I think it's like the Pro Mod style or whatever they call it. But yeah, so the turbo's really far forward on the engine. And this is actually normally where the alternator would sit. So I've relocated it to this side, which is good as well to get it away from the heat. Over to the cold side of the engine, but the alternator sits on here like this, and then just has this little bracket that goes on. Not that way though. That way, that way, that way. And then everything lines up like so. I spent a fair bit of time mucking around with getting the offsets and everything right on this, so, but yeah, okay, let's get to the next step. One step closer. Excuse my dirty hands and face, but I'm just about to crank the engine over. I have the crank angle sensor and the cam sensor disconnected, so it's just going to turn over and not start, just to build up some oil pressure. So let's have a go at that. Don't worry about that oil. That was me missing the filler. pressure. No extra leaks. Okay, now I've just got to button a couple of things up. Just make sure everything's connected right. Probably connect some breathers and stuff before I fire it up. So far so good. See what's next. Headlights squeaky. Everything looks and sounds very good, so I'm going to do a few heat cycles on it. Make sure everything sounds good, hot and cold. and then we'll go from there. So still a fair bit to do to get it ready, as you can see. I still got to do all the front panels and yeah, one step closer. So much exciting. Problem with no back bumper on this car is I'm always hitting stuff with this area and that area, so I've got to super glue this back in. Yes, I got it done. So yeah, car's loaded. I did fit some tyres up. Well, actually Nick fitted some tyres up. I put some tyres on the rack. I didn't film that. Yeah, so from here, I just have to tie the car down and sort out all my tools and get my spares together. I'm not taking everything with. So when this video goes up, it'll be Friday. So tomorrow we'll be at JDM X Park, and we're actually heading up with a few other cool cars from Adelaide. So Nick is taking the other Corolla up, B2, and we're also meeting Jay up there. He's taking a couple unique cars that you may have seen on his channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see, hit the like button, and if you want to follow my journey and watch me break some stuff and fix some stuff, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you next video. So Nick's been working on B2, as this is also making the trip up to JDM X Park with us. B1 and B2 reunite.